Dear students, today in this video we will revise chapter number 1 of our Vistas book for class 12th. So third level is the first chapter of this book, and let's revise the chapter, the third level, through these short notes. So as we have read, the main character of the third level is Charlie. Now, how we will describe Charlie? That Charlie was a 31-year-old office goer, and he claims visiting the third level at Grand Central Railway Station. Right? So, this is the description of Charlie. Now, because he was afraid of the truth, the reality of the life, he was in the habit of escapism, and that's why he told to everyone to whom he met and the people who are in his surrounding that he had visited the third level of Grand Railway Station, but actually it was not there. Now, how he described the third level in the chapter that we have to study, that he described the third level, that the rooms in the third level were small, the few ticket windows and train gates were there, wooden and old looking information booths were there. When he reached there, first he said in the text, when we will read that, so we will get that he told that, means actually he remains in the word of escapism, and there he wanted to tell others also to believe his imagination, to believe on his fantasies, what he think. So he created actually that picture of the third level, and he told that at the third level he saw small rooms, very few ticket windows, and train gates were there. The woodens and the information booths, they were made up of wooden and they were of old looking style. And one more thing he told there in the chapter, that there were the spittoons of brass were also kept there. Next he described the people who were there, to whom he met at the third level, that he saw men that had different kinds of beards, their side buns, this is bun, B-U-N, right? So the side buns and the fancy mustache also, like handlebar type of mustache, he told to us that he described the people are having this type of beard, side buns and fancy mustache. And the women who were there, who were moving there on the third level, they wore skirts, high button shoes and leg of mutton sleeves. Now, he described an old man who was standing there. He was looking in his pocket, and he just opened from his pocket, he kept out a watch, and he was looking at that watch, right? It did golden watch. So, old style of locomotive with the funnel shaped stack also he described there. He described there the opened gas lights being used there, because the light was flickering, so that's why that was the reason, and afterwards he came to know that the electricity was not there, the open gas light was being used there. As I told you, the brass spittoons were kept on the floor. He wants to visit his hometown Galesburg. That's why he went there, and because that was the Galesburg, how he described ahead the Galesburg, it was his hometown where his grandfather used to live, he said. And next he described the Galesburg, that Galesburg was the very peaceful place, very pleasant place. So he wanted to go there. And next he tells that when he tries to buy the tickets to Galesburg, one for himself and one for his wife Louisa. So what happened there? What the surprise? He got surprised in one, to see the person who was on the clerk, means to say. So he was also very amused to see Charlie, that when he was trying to buy the tickets to Galesburg, so the clerk grows suspicious at Charlie because he does not have the old style currency. Actually, this was the story of 1940s, and he reached, actually he is telling, he didn't reach anywhere, but in his imagination he is telling us that he reached that day in 1840s, means 100 years back, right? So that's why the currency change was also there. So the clerk, he grew suspicious at Charlie because he does not have old style of currency too, and that day he back to the present day world. Now people reaction to Charlie's experience. Now that is what the, like one of his friend Sam, he told here that who was a psychiatrist, and his experience or his reaction on his fantasy, what was his reaction? So he told that all the friends and whatever who came to know this incident about the third level, everyone think that this is only, there is no existence of third level there and all that. So as his friend, psychiatrist friend Sam also refuses to believe on him, as he knew that he remains in the world of fantasy and imagination. So what were the people's reaction to Charlie's experience? Let's see that. He used to tell the presidents of NY railroads, means Northern New York Railroad, swear on the existence of two levels. And his friend psychiatrist Sam, he also refuses to believe on him that he had visited the third level, but he interprets it as an escape from insecurity, fear, war and worry of the modern world. So these words you have to learn here, that he was escaping from fear, war and worry. That's why he was living in the world of fantasy. He was living with escapism. So next is Louisa to disbelieve Charlie, right? His wife, she also disbelieves Charlie that my husband, he has not visited third level, but he is only doing his imagination, and he is sharing his imagination with us. So next point we have we have read in the story that Charlie's determination to find the third level. So what he did there, when he reached there, when he was denied by the clerk, as we have read, because he wanted to go to the Galesburg, and the clerk who was selling the tickets there, so he grew suspicious and he threatened him to send him to the police. So he just afraid from there and came back, that day what happened, he was determined to go to the third level, to Galesburg. So once again in next day he said that he wanted to go to the third level to buy the tickets. So what he did in the break time from his office, he withdrew the money, whatever was there in his account. So he buys old currency worth $300, and but this time when he went to get the tickets, so when he is going to that Grand Central railway station to get the third level again, he fails to find that third level once again, and Louisa and the psychiatrist, both, they got worried for Charlie. Now the unexpected ending happened in the story. So he said that when he just changed somehow, when he just left that idea to visit Galesburg and to find the third level once again, so something unexpected happened. He told us that his friend who was psychiatrist, he disappears suddenly, and that time when Charlie was just getting busy once again in his habit of collecting the stamps. So that day what happened, he finds a first day cover never seen before, because he told in the starting of the chapter that he was in the habit of collecting the the first day covers also, the stamp collection also. So he said that when he was busy one day in looking and searching and busy with the stamp collection once again, so he finds a first day cover there, and which first day cover was never seen before. He there when he opened that first day cover, he got a note from his friend Sam that was dated on 18th July 1894 from Galesburg. So it made him sure that now Sam, who is missing, who has been disappeared, he went to third level. And this note confirmed that was on 18th July 1894, means in 100 years back, right? So Sam asked Charlie and Louisa in his letter to come to Galesburg and enjoy quiet and peaceful life there. Now Charlie discovered Sam has bought old currency worth $800, enough to help him, and he started the hay and grain business in 1894 at Galesburg, because that time there was no other option for Sam, as he was psychiatrist by the profession. So he could not continue with his as a psychiatrist there, because he described Galesburg as the pleasant and the peaceful place. So there was no need of the psychiatrist at Galesburg. So that's why he said in the end that he started their hay and grain business with the old currency which he got exchanged of $800. So like this the story ends. So dear students, please read the story from your text, see the explanation videos which are provided to you, and please prepare the chapter for your examination. Thank you very much. Stay safe, stay healthy.